Hey there, my beautiful nerd and nerdettes. I'm Fraser. This is P.P.G. Let's get right into it. Now, I know you're probably wondering, what kind of TV shows does a guy like me watch? It ranges from a lot of things, from superhero and The Flash and Arrow, to even Scrubs. I found myself power watching through Scrubs again. It was a show I never got into at the beginning, and now I can't stop watching it. But we're not here to talk about heroes or doctors. What we're going to talk about is probably one of my favorite topics: zombies. Now, I know what you're thinking. No. This isn't a Walking Dead video. That show is fantastic. The comics are great. I have all the hardcovers. But let's be honest. That show can really tug at your heartstrings. Like, it can be a really heavy, like emotionally heavy thing to watch. And sometimes you're not in the mood for that. Like, after what happened at the beginning of Season 7, to be perfectly honest, I haven't seen an episode since then. Not because, like, what happened really threw me for a loop. I read the comics, so I knew what was going to happen. It's just, I wasn't in the mood for any more negativity at this point in time in my life. So I'm kind of putting it on hold until I guess I can handle watching the show again. But fear not. I have a backup. If you're interested in zombies without the heaviness of Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead, you should check out Z Nation. I first picked up this show about a year ago. It's on Netflix right now, actually. It's 2 seasons on Netflix, but it's on the 3rd season being released on cable right now. So I don't know what's happening in the 3rd season. I'm just waiting for it to come on Netflix. But this show is a zombie show that doesn't take itself too seriously. In terms of actors, there isn't really any big name actors or actresses in this, that haven't had a couple bit parts here and there. The most well-known character in this show is DJ Qualls. If you're wondering who DJ Qualls is, that's DJ Qualls. Giving us some fantastic movies of Road Trip, and The New Guy, and Road Trip. So pretty much what this show is, kind of in a nutshell, without giving away too many spoilers and too much of the story itself, is a group of survivors is making their way through America, or Z Nation, trying to, I guess, do what most zombie movies and TV shows and comics do: try to find the cure for the zombie virus. You have pretty much a ragtag group of people. I don't know the actresses' names off by heart, but you have a really cool kid named 10K, who his name is 10K because he wants to kill 10,000 zombies. And every time he kills a zombie, he actually keeps count in the episodes, which I think is really cool. You have Roberta, which is kind of the unstrung leader of the group, a really powerful female character. Actually really badass, like running around swinging a machete like it ain't no one's business. Then you have Doc. I guess they call him Doc because he's used enough prescription medicine that he can be kind of helpful to the group, but he is not a doctor. He is just like a hippie with long hair, kind of a skullet going on, and he always wears those really thin round glasses. But man, he becomes the father figure of this show, and you absolutely love Doc. Then you have Murphy, who's this kind of charismatic dick, and that's the best way to describe him. He has his moments where you think he can be a really good guy, and then 7 episodes happen of him being a complete asshole, and that idea of him being nice goes out the window, but you still love him for being the asshole that he is. And I didn't forget about DJ Qualls. His name in the show is called Citizen Z, and he is a military man, or I guess computer analyst in the military, that was stationed in the Arctic, and he is watching over Project, I guess, Zombie Bite or whatever it's called, from the Arctic, and talking to them through various means, hacking a takeout drive-through speaker, cell phones, stuff like that, kind of giving them a heads up. And even the stuff that he goes through is really cool. Like, For a show that's based on zombies, they deal with quite a lot of things. Now, when I said this show doesn't take itself too seriously, there's, you know how there's Sharknado? Well, there's Zombie-nado. They go through a place, I'm assuming it's Tornado Alley. There's a bunch of zombies, a tornado hits, and it picks up a bunch of zombies and just starts throwing them everywhere. They're not like flying through the air and chomping on people. When they hit something, they do get killed, but just seeing zombies flying through the air is pretty ridiculous. There's another thing where, I guess in The Walking Dead, they call it a horde of zombies, or just a huge amount of zombies, like, coming at you. In this show, it's called a tsunami. And all you see on the satellite cameras is just cloud and the zombies coming everywhere. It's just, yet again, it's just a zombie movie or zombie show that I guess is trying to have a heart of gold. It's just fun. It's really enjoyable. You'll start with episode 1, and if you enjoy it, you'll power watch right through it all. Now, in terms of the makeup, comparing it to The Walking Dead, you really can't. Like, Z Nation's makeup on the zombies themselves does look really cool, but it can't compare to The Walking Dead, where like the guy's face is half missing, or this, or the half of his head is missing, or Carl's missing an eye, or there's ribs and stuff like that. They don't have anywhere near the budget for that. But with that still being said, their zombies do look better than the average zombie show movie that gets put out on a daily basis. They have different types of zombies, like plant hybrid zombies, or nuclear zombies, or these weird fungus zombies, and they do have different little traits, like the fungus ones glow, and they have weird fungus glowing and pulsating on them, and for the most part, I think they did a really cool job with that. In terms of people getting hurt and like the neck and the blood, it's your basic stuff. It's to be expected if someone gets bit and crap like that. And kind of go a little further into the getting bit thing, people turn really quickly in this. Like, you get bit, and if you get killed, you're almost instantly turned. Where in Walking Dead, I guess there's like that little downtime, a little down period. And actually, thinking of it now, every turn in Walking Dead and every death when they turn into a zombie, even Fear the Walking Dead, varies. Like, it's not like it's a set amount of time. I guess it all depends on the severity of the death and how quickly the person dies and can flip. But in Z Nation, it's within minutes of you dying. Like, you get bit, you die, you turn. Which kind of leads to cool, like, your teammate gets bit, it kills him, and then he's got to come back. Sorry about that. Someone was just knocking at our door delivering a package and decided just to leave it out in front of our door, and we live in an apartment building. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, DJ Qualls was in The New Guy and Road Trip. So I've pretty much gone over the basics of this show. It is about a 45-minute timeline, which is the same as Walking Dead, minus the commercials. I highly recommend watching this on Netflix. The thing I like about this show, too, is every episode is different. Like, how in The Walking Dead, episode 1 through 6, they're in the jail, and they're dealing with life in the jail, and they're like, oh my god, get out of the goddamn jail. This one is different. One episode they're here, one episode they're all the way over here, then one episode they're here, then one episode they're all the way down there. But it changes every episode, so it doesn't get stale, it doesn't get boring. And if you have, I guess, a hard time focusing, like I do, like with ADD and whatnot, it makes the show more entertaining and easier for you to gravitate towards. Oh, and there's one really cool thing. Murphy has some really cool thing go with him, and that's as far as I'm going to tell you. You need to watch it. It is something that they really haven't done in a zombie type like show or movie, and I think it's really cool, which is why I'm trying to whisper, because it's a secret. So I'm gonna rate this show now. I give it a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10. I really enjoy the show. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to enjoy it. You might absolutely hate it, but if you give it a shot and you like it, let me know, man. I would be glad to know if kind of a recommendation that I have given you, you've taken and you've enjoyed. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I know it was a little late. We had a bunch of Christmas parties on the weekend that I could not finish this in time, so I had to redo it again. I'm hoping after the Christmas season, my videos will be more on a scheduled basis again, but it's just, we've overcommitted this year to doing things, so bear with me. And if you like this video, click that like button. Leave a comment below to let me know what you think of the video, what you think of the show, and if you have any shows you want me to go over and watch, and then give you my opinion on. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you gotta. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't subscribe, because then you'll get more of this, and maybe some of this, with a side of these, and then a dab for short, you know. What's there not to love about subscribing to my channel? So thanks again. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.